fixing my Jeep Gladiator Mojave Vibration, I hope. And while I'm at it, since I have to take the cold air intake out anyway, because I have to access the throttle body, we're going to clean that with this throttle body cleaner. I'm going to go ahead and install the Air Raid cold air intake too. Why not? Now, I have done this before on my Sport, my Gladiator Sport, so I'm not going to go through all of the assembly of this thing. If you want to see how that's done, I'll link that video below. It's the complete install, including the assembly of the cold air intake. This is an Air Raid cold air intake. You can see right here. Best one for the money, in my opinion. But first off, we got to go ahead and remove the factory cold air intake. It's pretty simple to do. I went ahead and disconnected the battery. That's just to give it a chance to shut down so that the mass airflow sensor doesn't cause me any issues. I did mark this. I put some black dots on here so I know the way it faces, the way the airflow is supposed to go across it, just to make sure we don't have any issues there. As far as taking off the cold air intake, it's pretty simple. You pull the MAF sensor, take off these screws here, and then you have to release the mass airflow sensor wiring from the resonator here, which I'll do. That's pretty simple. Pull the vacuum hose off. You just squeeze these two little prongs together and it pulls right off. And then over here on the other side, we have a screw here we need to remove as well. And then it should, if I recall, just pull right off. So we'll have a high-speed disassembly of that unit, and then we'll get to the throttle body cleaning, which I'm hoping is what is causing my vibration problem. Got the old cold air intake out. It was a struggle. It was just held in by these two pieces, and they fit in there rather firmly. We'll transfer those to the new one. But the throttle body, well, let's take a look. You can see it right here. It was a little bit dirty. Right here is where I cleaned it, this area, not this area here. So it was dirty, and I noticed it was sticking a little bit open. It was about like that, if you can tell, versus like that. So I don't know if something was stopping it or not. I really don't know. But I do know that after I cleaned it, which I just sprayed the throttle body cleaner here on a rag and wiped it. I did not saturate the throttle body. But after I cleaned it in here, it seemed to spring forward a little more, to close a little bit more. So I am hoping that that is the problem. I don't know. We'll find out when we take it for a test run with the new cold air intake on. So I'm going to go over it one more time just for kicks. It wasn't filthy dirty, but look at that. You can see my finger like a mirror in there now. So it's nice and clean, and I hope that was the problem. We shall see. Finished it all up. The Air Raid cold air intake is in. I have not driven it yet, but I'll let you guys see it real quick. I will say Air Raid's quality has seemed to slip a little bit, although it was never great to begin with. Really the only ding I have with them. For the door over here, this hole for the screw you're supposed to put in was not drilled. I had to do that. And the light, or the cover rather, as you can see here, was cut rather poorly. There's a weird gap here. It just doesn't fit right. Quality control, man. And then there's a lot of sharp edges on it as well. Good ways to cut yourself. And the door didn't line up perfectly Took a little finagling there as well. So a few quality issues, I'd say, with Air Raid they need to get on. Nothing that stopped my install, but just things that I shouldn't have to deal with. Doesn't matter to me though, let me say, because still, I'm assuming, we're gonna find out in a couple minutes, that Air Raid still is the best sounding cold air intake out there. But let's jump in, we're gonna take a test drive, also trying to determine if the vibration is gone with that throttle body cleaning. Let's go. All right, here are the befores. This is at startup. Now we're going to get on the road. We'll see what it sounds like before the cold air intake. Okay, here's just sitting at idle. Now we're going to take off. This is what the takeoff sounds like. Rather aggressive takeoff. All right, here's just driving down the road about 30 miles an hour. We're gonna come to a stop, take off again. And again, this is without the new Air Raid cold air intake. So here's the stop and we'll take off. One last before. This is from a dead stop. Going to give it some gas very aggressively. You can hear what it sounds like. Okay, here we go. This is the startup with the new Air Raid cold air intake. So this is the after. Here we go. Not much, didn't really expect much. Of course, we have the seatbelt chime going. There we go. Now we're gonna do a takeoff. So let me back up out of here. We'll get to the vibration thing in a minute, by the way. I'm still not sure about that. Can't really tell sitting in the driveway. But here we go. This is from a stop, just taking off and then around the corner with the new Air Raid cold air intake. Here we go. I don't know. I don't know if it's as profound in the Mojave as it has been in the other two Jeeps I've had it in. So we're gonna do a stopped takeoff, aggressive, in a second. We'll get to there. Okay, we're gonna do an aggressive takeoff right now. You could hear a little bit there. I actually lost traction in the truck. So let's get to more of a straightaway. It's wet outside. It's been raining, so I had to let up a little bit there. I had a car coming. I didn't want to lose control. So let's do it again right here. There you go. You get a little bit of grumble. Not too bad. Now, I'm going to drive for a little bit, and then I'm going to come back on because I've got some stops and things and where we'll be sitting and idling, and I want to see after the truck warms up if I have that vibration left after cleaning the throttle body. Let's talk about the vibration. I pulled off at the Wendy's, got myself a plain junior burger and a small fry, and I thought it would be a good opportunity to eat my lunch or dinner, I don't know what it is. But while I'm sitting here, I could really get a feel for how the Gladiator is idling. Is it vibrating? Is it rough? The answer, let me go ahead and put it in drive. No change. Perfect. Gotta say, it's gone. Now, that's not to say that I don't still feel it running. Of course, you're going to feel it running. I mean, unless you're in a luxury car with all kinds of engine dampening technology and stuff, you're going to feel it. But it is definitely improved. Something I can live with, something I'm not going to get rid of the Jeep Gladiator for. Again, it was just throttle body cleaning. Pretty simple thing to do. You just wipe it off. So I would suggest if you have the vibration issue, give that a try first. Or have somebody do it if you have to. It's probably well worth the money, but it seems to have solved the problem for me. There was a little bit of gunk in there, not much, but it really doesn't take a lot.
Anyway, I just wanted to get on, give you guys the update. Love the air raid. It has gotten louder since I've been driving it around. I think it just needed to warm up a little bit. No check engine lights either, so it's a good install when you don't have any problems. Leave a comment. Let me know. If you have the engine vibration problem, is it driving you nuts? Are you interested in trying the throttle body cleaning? I highly recommend it. Also, real quick, I do have 2 additional channels. Rob Motive, all about the Toyota Tacoma, and Rob Motive MT, all about compact trucks at the moment. Have a look, and if you're interested, please consider subscribing. Thanks for watching. Stay smooth out there. Bye.